Alright, good morning, good morning. In case you didn't see at the very bottom left, it says, yes, I know I am muted, I am charting/typing, so that's why I made sure that was at the bottom left of the screen, so you'd see it. But let's turn that off now, because I'm done. But how's everyone doing? This morning I had to go through SPY, bigger and smaller time frame, make sure I got all that typed up, and then I went through... Ooh, let me start from the top. Then I went through... posted the link, all that stuff. Then we went through everything. I posted Apple, posted AMD, posted Microsoft, posted Nvidia, posted Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Netflix. Pretty much posted all the main weights I like to watch, and of course we'll watch a hell of a lot more than that on stream, but I'm just not going to post every little thing. So make sure you guys check that out if you are in the Discord, or if you're just wanting a place to know where the hell the levels are. But this is where the levels are today, and I actually like a lot of these because we're kind of in different spots for a lot of them. So check this out. So hold up, so start with SPY. Back to the 1 day 5 minute. So you can see we've had some good consolidation. This is beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful pre-markets ever. But then we do this, and now we're doing this. So there's a chance that bears are trying to take over early. If they do not take over this blue area, there's a very good chance bulls get a good buy reaction towards 445 right out the gate. If they do in fact take this and we pull back, you'll most likely see a dump towards 441.76, and it's from these levels that you want to see the decisions made. So be very careful when around either of these yellow levels. I mean, you guys see how much I mark yellow levels. I never do that. So very, very important today. So make sure you guys are on the lookout for those levels. And then we talked about the bigger time frame. Went down to this one, or up to this one, I guess you could say. Zoomed in, just kind of zoomed in enough to see where we could see current price action, where we currently, or where we dipped from, you know, where we held higher lows. We rallied up to almost 460, came back down to 433. So we're kind of stuck between 460, 430 pretty much. And now we're kind of seeing the reaction of that, our price making it back up to the damn near mid 450s, pulled back to the mid 440s, low 440s, rejected those same 450s again, and now we're back to where we were. So the big question is, are we about to make a really big pullback over the next few days, or, you know, next couple weeks, next 2-3 weeks, or are we going to be seeing a hold of support, which could be some boring price action, but needed for bulls to get that needed gained momentum back towards the 450s, which again we'll see, does another lower high get made, or do we break this and rechange the trend towards higher 450s, possibly looking to break 460s? Who knows? And if bears get enough momentum out of this area and they do end up taking this, retesting, moving away from it, because again, they've broken down, they've retested, they've bearish kickered. If they were to do that exact same move right here, this could push us all down to the 430s, 420s, maybe even to the low of 420, maybe even under 420s. Who knows? So we'll have to see. But we'll keep all this stuff marked. We'll keep updating it as we see fit. All the yellow areas are just supply and demand. This blue area is just supply possibly turning demand right here from, what is this? July 5th. So very important. But we covered bigger time frame, smaller time frame. We covered all the weights for the most part. We'll go through other weights as well. I was just leaving the list up as long as I could so you guys can see everything. But if you guys are enjoying some of the updates, some of the silent charting, because I started the stream a little early, I didn't want to sit here and type and talk the whole time, because you guys know me, I'll sit here and talk for hours and then I won't get anything done. So I wanted to make sure that I stayed quiet. I focus on that, on at least posting for my Discords, and letting everybody have, you know, timely mannered post, really. Also, if you guys are a member of the Discord or a member of the YouTube, you guys have access to that latest PDF that I just posted. It's the third one in a row. Make sure to go check it out. We'll go over the last one later on. But thank you guys for being here. Hope you guys are enjoying some of the updates, some of the breakdowns, some of the kind of initial game planning. But drop a like on the stream. Let me know that you appreciate it. Good morning to each and every one of you. Sorry I did not read out your names. Let's get to the top. Oh, like speaking so fast. Morning King, morning Evis. What's up, Mel, Teresa, Peoples? What's up, Peoples? What's up, Ron? Daffy. I'm seeing Mel's confusion. You guys are talking about music. Good morning, Chuck, Rambo, Alexis. Is Apple leading us up? I think they are, actually. I think Apple is the most up. AMD's not a huge weight, but they're down. Microsoft, very big weight, second largest in the market. They're down, looking like they're trying to put... They kind of look like SPY. They look like SPY a little bit more. Nvidia, you can see they've pulled away very, very aggressively. Amazon just a little bit. You know, they haven't really left the train station. I think same thing for Tesla. They were up, but now they're down. But again, still not really, you know, haven't really left anything. Google and excuse me, Meta and Netflix. So yeah, Apple's leading us. Everything else just kind of And then there's a couple things like Microsoft, Nvidia through the floor. Amazon potentially through the floor. We'll see. We shall see. Largest market, XLK. Need to watch that today. Second largest, XLV. Need to see that. That one broke support. So if they maintain under previous day lows, healthcare could see some selling be applied. XLF is down. XLY is down. XLC is down. Yeah, so kind of what we thought. But let's give it a little bit of time at the open because remember, we do have a lot of news this week, which I'm about to break down now. So here we go with the financialjuice.com. I effing love this website. It's free. It's so easy to look at, and it makes sense. No thanks. So we're in September, right? So here's the 18th. Nothing really big today. Just a little housing market number. More housing market numbers again tomorrow. So not really big on the whole news, the catalytic side of the market. Again, the housing market really isn't that big, and unless we see a housing market crash, you're not going to see that big of an effect on the market. So be very careful. Now, if you're trading something in this sector, yes, expect there to be movement. So be very careful around these 2 days. But as you can see, though, we're very light on the news side of things at the first 2 days of the week, right? So what are we most likely going to get price action wise? What is the tempo going to be like? It's going to be settling. They're going to be settling to figure out where the hell can we sit at before we start moving for all this news that's coming up, right? Which we're about to get to. So Wednesday, we have the FOMC rate statement. You have Powell directly after that. This is very normal. Thursday, jobless claims. This is going to be very big. Existing home sales, very big. Jobless claims again, very big. September 22nd, Friday, we have PMI coming out, manufacturing PMI coming out, and we have a couple Fed speakers. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think all of us can agree the tempo will be a little bit confusing, indecisive, but it's going to be aggressive. So we need to be quick, we need to be light, and yeah, be safe. Monday, Tuesday, we could probably trade like normal, but we have to understand that the tempo of the market might not be moving around too much. But if there is movement, let's take our opportunity where we see fit, right? So drop our emoji if you guys are kind of on the same page as me, but that's how I see it based on the news right in front of us. And this is how you should view news. It isn't about, oh, what is it? What number is coming out? Is it red? Is it green? Is it yellow? It doesn't matter about that. What matters is that when does it come out and what is the tempo? But that's the news for the week. We'll jump into briefing.com if I get into any kind of updates. I don't think I have one. Oh, yeah, I do. What am I talking about? I got a great update right here. So you guys ready for this one? Equity futures point lower open to start the week. Participants are waiting to see how the market responds to Friday's sell-off and are hesitant in front of Wednesday's FOMC policy decision. See, we just got done talking about that. The market is not expecting a rate hike and will be more focused on the updated summary of economic projections and the tone that the Fed Chair Powell takes at his press conference. You see, they didn't even care about what the hell the decision is. We're already focused on what Powell's talking about. They're already skipping past one of the big news. Separately, the UAW strike persists, with Bloomberg reporting that Stellantis, Tesla, offered to increase pay by nearly 21% over 4 years with an immediate 10% increase, and has been turned down by the UAW. So they gave them a crazy good answer, and they said, no, that's not enough. So that's just wild. These people are basically terrorists. Also, House Republicans presented a short-term bill that would avoid government shutdown until October 31st. That is wild. Again, you guys know how bad the first government shutdown was a while back. I think it was right after COVID. A bunch of us were here. I think it was 4, 5, 6 months after COVID. We're still sitting there waiting for the government to open. Treasury yields and oil prices are moving higher this morning. The 2-year note is up 1 basis point to 5%, and the 10-year note yield is up 1 basis point to 4.34%. That was as of like 5 minutes ago. And then oil futures are up to 91.26 a barrel. Corporate news, it looks like DoorDash was upgraded to a buy from neutral by Mizuho Securities, not a really big one. Micron, however you like to pronounce that, upgraded to buy from hold at Deutsche Bank. Walt Disney, Raymond James initiated coverage with an outperform rating. Chief Information Officer leaves company, according to Wall Street Journal. Clorox identified unauthorized activity on some of its information technology systems. believes this impact will be material on Q1 financial results. So they're already patting down future earnings reports. Stellantis, STLA. Sorry, I don't know why I said Tesla earlier. Ford, General Motors, UAW rejects offers from Stellantis. Yeah, we just read that, dude. Okay, we're looking good. We're killing it. We're ahead of the news. And then this is your earnings for the week, everybody. And then I will shut up. But Stitch Fix, pretty big one. I wouldn't say they're a huge company, but I love Stitch Fix. I mean, I think a lot of people just remember that name and like, hey, I remember trading them. AutoZone, General Mills, that's pretty freaking huge. And then SCHL, I'd say those are your biggest ones, maybe Flux, but FedEx, General Mills, AutoZone, Stitch Fix, I'd say these are your biggest ones of the week. So again, another very, very light week of earnings, which we all kind of expected after earnings season finally gave up. What's up, Ninja? What's up, John? But I hope you guys enjoy a lot of the updates, a lot of the news. I cannot wait for this week, to be honest. As you guys can tell, I started my stream very early today. Got some silent charting and typing done. We're out of the way of that. A lot of updates since then. And now we still have 20 minutes before the market. Look at that. We're so ready for the day, and we have 20 minutes to spare. We could go do whatever we want. We could go do gymnastics. Risk of this week. Good morning, everybody. JP Morgan earnings on Friday the 13th. Go figure, man. That's crazy. That's funny. They did that on purpose, you know it. But guys, seriously, I hope some of you enjoyed some of the silent charting, just kind of playing music and then me just getting it all out of the way so I can focus on typing. As well as the updates, all the, quick reviews of the bigger and smaller time frames. Now we're just kind of waiting for the market. We can get some more charting out of the way here in a couple minutes. I'm just going to let some people join in and catch up. If you guys are just not tuning in, feel free to go back or just wait here for a few minutes and I'll probably repeat everything I just said. But good morning. Glad to have you guys here again. We have another week starting. Everybody say good morning, Sinful. SYNFUL. Thank you, Rambo. Bonjour. And guys, I had so many different talks with so many members over the past weekend and past week, and I am so freaking proud of everyone. I didn't bump heads with a single person over the last week, and nobody left. Nobody had a problem. We all adjusted. We all got ready for just getting ready for another great week. And I'm genuinely just very happy because I really do. I can look at this trade floor randomly and see nothing but the most amazing posts ever. Oh, and make sure to check out the announcements channel. There was a big post there. I also forgot to post Trader of the Month, so clearly I suck. We're off by 15 days. But I will get the next Trader of the Month typed up while or right after stream or during the end of stream, and I'll get it posted. But yeah, the 15th Trader of the Month will be posted today. I do apologize for completely bashing my own creation. But yeah, wanted to get that out. But big announcement, make sure to go read that. For all the people who were like, where's Bueller been whenever he's not streaming? We did a private group, we did the main group, we did the streams. I kept my schedule going all at the same time. Felt like there was like 3 of me at once. But it was worth it. See, this is exactly why I said it's worth it. Look at my boy Peoples. He said, just got my BB SPY on watch today, using some recent price action levels also. Totally fine. What I'm looking for today is if we break previous day high or if we want to build base here. If we break previous day low, I'll be looking for an 80% entry or a golden pocket retest of some sort. If we hold previous day low, I'll be looking for the buy the dip / up-C lead test to form. Just talking about the movement to the up. Or for us to break any other level and get any 80% entry or a 60% entry. This dude. Make sure to be patient today because we have CPI tomorrow and FOMC the next day, so we could just have a slow range day. I don't know why I'm reading in like Yoda. But very, very good breakdown, peoples. I love that you covered upside, you covered downside, you covered if we did this, if we do that. I love that you covered every scenario possible for the most part, at least before the open, as you see fit, which is beautiful, man. And you know what's crazy, guys? Peoples is not that old. Peoples hasn't really been grinding, I guess you could say, that long, you know? So it's kind of like very impressive when you see someone like this, because it's like, okay, they're taking this shit serious. He's getting it right the first time around. So very happy for Peoples. Make sure to wave to him if you see him. But he's one of the guys that has been working his ass off. So be looking out for him. Noxta, another great guy, has been working his ass off. There's a few in here I want to shout out. Rambo, another badass. Risen, I've been seeing you every day. Charlie, we all know Charlie. We all know when I say hi to Charlie. Of course, Mel. I mean, we all know Mel. Goat. But yeah. Nothing but leaders in here, man. I'm very happy. Boo Rock username, you know, 2 people who shamelessly post basically every week. Mel, you know, all these guys who are in these channels, you know, focused on just posting TA, being themselves, just posting ideas, getting into trades, getting out of trades, not really giving a shit if people are watching, not really caring if, you know, people are, you know, taking anything away from it or not. It's just posting how they want to post, being themselves, and focused on the grind, focused on the reasoning, really. You know, I'm very proud for a lot of those guys. For most people in chat, if you post in chat at all, I'm talking about you. Because there are a ton of people in chat. Good morning, Chris. Sand Mode is a movie. Nvidia's on the deathbed so far. Yeah, it definitely does look like that. No, Peoples is right, Dev. Dev asked, can we do the fib from close to today's open? And I agree with Peoples. I believe the gap is not big enough. I mean, we're really just getting a slightly lower open. Right now, you're actually inside of previous day range, so you're actually not even really opening that much lower. So, personally, I don't think it's worth it. Trust me, Dev, I wish I could draw it. And I actually told Leland recently, I was saying, hey man, you know, because you know what's crazy? Like, he'll post like a fib, and it'll be like the best fib of the day. And then he'll post some trades, and I swear those trades are what throws some people off. It's like, what the hell? Like, I feel like that would instill more confidence in me, but some other people, it confuses them. So, moving forward, watch for not just Leland, but for anybody to post just clean fibs. And then go draw that fib. And then you go see how you can trade it. You go see how you can take the 40%, 80%, the buy the dip, the lower high retest. You see how you can react to those fibs. So, we don't want, excuse me. We don't want sheep in here. We just want to get a bunch of people in here who learn over time. And I think too many of you guys beat yourselves up too quick. I think too many of you guys, this isn't even related to dev anymore. This is a whole new topic now. But too many of you guys beat yourselves up where you're like, I'm not progressing quick enough. Or look how quick this guy's progressing, blah blah blah, you know. And it's so easy to say those kind of things to yourself because so many of those, you know, so much progression does happen without us, you know, while we're looking around. But of course, we don't ever pay any attention to our own progression when it is happening. So definitely don't beat yourself up too much. This stuff is slow. You gotta take your time. Don't ever jump into this, and if in a week you're like, why am I not making money? You know, it's like, it's not about making money. You need to be focused on learning. You already lost your learning process. You went into the whole thing thinking about money the whole time. You know, so you gotta have a systematic approach to this, and that's exactly why we approach this way. We give people stability. I wouldn't say we change people's trading careers, but we definitely give people a ton of stability, which I feel like is the main concern for most people, and they just don't know it. You know, too many times I see people looking around for a new strat or something, some one-trick pony thing to get them going, which is great. I feel like in a sense everyone's looking for that. But this is your one-trick pony. It just doesn't feel like it because it's not, you know, as simple, or it's not as, you know, simple in terms of like, oh, I only have to do one thing, or I only have to draw one thing. So if you prepare, if you set up the system correctly, you will have a systematic approach to the market, which does give you a technical advantage. So take that as you want. But if you truly have been practicing your entry types, you know, how we view the levels, how we get our price information, you've been having a lot of fun recently. But guys, make sure to retweet the stream. We have 10 minutes before the market open. Retweet the stream, share it around. It definitely helps out the channel a ton. We don't have any ads on, so if you're getting an ad, you're just not signed in on YouTube. That's your own fault. But thank you guys again for dropping likes on the stream, for tuning in again. Last week, we actually had some crazy turnouts for the streams. I know they kind of died for a little bit because I stopped streaming as much, and we kind of brought them back. But last week, we had like over 350 people click on some of the streams, which is crazy because I told you guys, you know, in the moment, you'll only see 50, 70, 80, 90, 100 people at once. You know, you'll never see 350 people watching my stream at once. Well, at least for now. But it's crazy watching, like, you know, 50, 60, 70 people in the morning, and then you'll have these group of people who are here at lunch because they have time to take off work, or they finally woke up. You know, everyone's lives different, and everyone lives in a different part of the world. And then you get to the later part of the day, and it's like, wow, all these people are here. Where did y'all come from? And it's the end of the day, people. You know, it's pretty cool that we have like a really, really huge crowd of people in here. You just never see them all at once, and it's because we are like a really real international chat. We've been here for almost 5 years, you know, so it makes sense that we have that kind of schedule going, that we have people everywhere. It's just really weird from my point of view. I'm like, where'd all these people go? Oh, that's right, they can't check till nighttime. So shout out to you wherever you guys are around the world. Thank you guys again for supporting the BB community. Just very proud, for real. Make sure you guys have some water. Let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet, or if y'all are already bored of it and want me to change it. What a great start of the day so far, and the market's not even open. We got 8 minutes before the market opens. I'm going to go grab some more water, actually, because I don't feel like getting up later. But I'll be right back, and then we can all continue talking about stocks and watching the potential breakdowns. I'll, of course, go through the SPY weights, because who doesn't like going over SPY and the weights that actually move SPY. Also, when I come back, I'll change it to the extended hours off, so we can just focus on what's important. But I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and we are ready to go. Stream has been going for a little over 45 minutes. Started the day off with some silent charting, typing and all that good stuff. Had some music playing, just going over a ton of different charts. Cleaned up all my intraday stuff for the most part. Covered SPY, bigger, smaller time frame. Now we're just chilling, waiting for the open in about 4.5 minutes. Most market sectors are under support, so I would say just in general, good rule of thumb, a retake of previous day low is bullish. A rejection of previous day low can be seen as bearish. So short term, keep that in mind. I'm trying to keep this out in the open too, because I do like that information. Oh, and let's turn extended hours off. Let's get this junk out of the way. Oops. You gotta turn this one off first, then that one. Then you can hit apply. Then you gotta fix this junk, because I zoom in too much. And there we go. We're good. Do the 5-day, 5-minute. Oh, that is so much cleaner. God. Gotta love how the charts work, you know what I mean? I have a big surprise for all the Discord members who want to have a fun little session after today's stream ends. After today's stream ends, we will be joining the Discord voice chat where members can join in and just kind of chill. But me and 2 of the homies will be in there hanging out. If any other homies want to come in there and hang out as well, they can. But I'll have Dondu and Peoples, so that's cool. We'll have both of them in there today. Honestly, Sylvia, and I've said it a bunch in the past, it's really just to make the chart look better. I've already gotten my pre-market information, so I don't need to be staring at it the whole time. And it really is just to have a more cleaner view of what I'm looking at. And in my recent trades too, having it off, you'll see it in some of my more recent like live videos for the member part of the channel, or in the Discord too, which you have access to that. Some of the trades without extended hours on have actually been so comforting. Like, I don't know if it's because I just don't have that extra information in my face, or what, but already having it marked, you know, already having some of that info there, it's just helpful. So, I always start on it. I make sure I see it before doing anything, and then I turn it off after I've planned, I've gotten everything going. So yeah. Good morning. I missed the stream. So happy to be back. Welcome to have you back, Vanessa. Everybody welcome Vanessa back. Give her a warm welcome. No problem, Sylvia. Sylvia, the short answer is because I'm a fanboy of Leland. I mean, he do be having the best looking charts. Can't lie. Hype that man up or not, he's got the best looking charts. But be sure to drop the like on the stream, guys. Market is about to open, finally. We've been here for about 50 minutes preparing. Let's get it going finally. Lower open. I'm gonna zoom in now. Lower open though on the 5 minute. So we'll watch this for just a little bit and then I'll zoom out. But we're losing previous day's price action. We're losing supports. Really looking to see, can we try to hold 442.50? You guys already saw a kind of small base build happen in the pre-market. I saw Daffy mention that he loved the bounce of that emerging candle at 442.50. So that's almost like your true pullback level to hit that 441.76. And really, you're still in range as long as you're still holding these two yellow levels. Basically, we could do all kinds of bouncing between here over the next couple days. So just keep that in mind, that possible scenario in your mind, because if that happens, you're going to be very annoyed that you were caught in it. Everyone is a Leland fanboy girl. Oh, you know it. And if they aren't, they're just lying to themselves. What's up, Jack? How you doing, man? How's your weekend? Always happy to see your name pop up, man. Oh yeah, isn't Vanessa like... I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Correct me. I mean, it's okay if I'm wrong. But isn't Vanessa Michelle like someone's husband on their wife's account? If I remember correctly, and if I have that mixed up with somebody else, I'm sorry, but isn't that correct? This is someone's okay, it's not. Okay, I'm just dumb then. Someone else. That was someone else. Someone did that though. They had like a woman's YouTube name, and then it was like, oh no, I'm just on my wife's account. Blah blah blah. I just didn't feel like making my own account. We were laughing our asses off. Let me lower it to at least ABBV. What's going on here? Oh, we could do this. Whatever, I'm just gonna make it ugly looking. Oh, that's what I need to do. I'm dumb. Oh, perfect. And look, I spelled otherwise wrong. Till proven. There was another word. Yeah, return. I spelled return like really weird earlier. Alright, so what do we do the first 10, 20, 30 minutes, guys? Yes, you can take all the trades you want. That's not even what I'm getting at. But what do we use these first 10, 20, 30 minutes for? What do we get out of it? Observing information. Yes, that is one of my favorite words in the market, man. Not enough people use it. Too much. You guys don't think about this stuff correctly too. Like, it's okay. I do this too, but it's normal. It's human to think about the stock market in terms of like, oh, that's the place where people lose and make money. It's like, but in reality, you need to think about it differently. You need to change your mindset to think about the stock market as a place of information. Yes, it is a place where money is lost and made. That is, you know, duh. The sky's blue. But information, you know, what are our price levels? What do they actually represent? They represent pieces of price history. Yes, they're levels. They're gonna have reactions to them. Some won't. Some will. Some will have 40% entry. Some will have 80%. Some will just have a big candle going through it, right? But these are pieces of information. You know, that's all it is. Oh, the first time it hit this level, it reacted bearish, blah, blah, blah. It did this, it did that. You tell a story, review it, blah, blah, blah. Move on. Then you look at this chart, and you're like, oh, well, this chart didn't do that. It did this, it did that. You know, so then you can kind of use that information against each other, you know. And in SPY's case, you'd be doing like Apple, Microsoft, some of its bigger weights. You know, let's say 9 out of 10 of them are bullish. Well, guess what SPY's doing most likely? Moving up. You know, and 9 out of 10 of them are pulling back or just a small pullback. Well, guess what SPY's probably doing? It's probably getting a small pullback then. You know, so just having that kind of like that order of operations, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. You know, that order of operations. It really does help with being able to tell where can SPY go. It's not about knowing where it will go. It's about knowing what it can do at the right times, and then, you know, getting it at the right times, building some patterns with positioning, getting good risk at a good part of the chart. But great answers, everybody. Seriously, if you answered my question, I didn't see a single wrong answer. Wait, where is this message coming from? So everyone answered my question. Mel said he was out NVIDIA overnight. You know, I see another answer from Manny to my question. People says Apple to 180, and then out of the corner of my eye, I see Spicy Pepper saying, "Go get the 1-cent Wendy cheeseburger." We're gonna wait to see what the market's going to do, what direction. NVIDIA 423 human. Oh, that's right, guys. Instead of spamming AI, you just gotta start spamming human whenever it isn't going how you want. Yeah, I'll go to that chart now, Sinful. Yeah, whenever it goes up, AI. Whenever it goes down, human. Amazon and Tesla opposites. Great call out, Creator Trades. And what does he mean by that, guys? He just means that at this current moment, from the open, Amazon and Tesla are not reacting the same exact way, which they fell a little bit more and are at their next level of 268.70s break. Watch for more pullback on Tesla. But you go to Amazon and you can see they had a little bit of buy reaction. Now they're kind of slowing down. So we'll see, do they hold the previous day low supports? So they are a little bit off because Tesla's already broken support. Amazon's still holding previous day lows. So yeah, two completely different days for them, even if they are trying to do the same reaction at the support. SPY still not out of the water yet. They're still just trying to hold on to previous day low demand. So we'll see if they continue to hold that again over the next 20 minutes or so. So far, so good, but we'll see if that continues. Let's go through some weights. We can see Apple's pumping, biggest weight of the market. See if that continues. If that trend gives up, though, and then everything pulls back, you definitely could see a very disgusting pullback. That'll throw a lot of bulls off. Microsoft getting buy reaction, so is AMD, so is Nvidia. So getting a lot of buyers at the open with this lower open. So again, we'll see. Does this maintain? Does this trend continue? Does weakness pursue? Seeing a lot of good buy reactions, though, from good areas, too. That's really what you want to see. Energy doing their thing. Healthcare doing their thing. Actually, they're kind of like the opposite. They like opened up higher and are pulling back to support. But that makes sense. That is a defensive sector. Sky's blue. Buyers are poking their head outside of support. Meta rejecting pre-market high. Great call out by Jay Blonde. They were before you read that. Oh, my bad, Crater. That's on me then. We do have that little bit of lag between us. The gap up fib played out nicely on coin. Great job, Mark Milley. A lot of good updates by you guys. Yeah, Sinful. We need to come up with like a good like emoji or emote for like human versus AI. Like we need like a robot and then we need like a random looking dude. Sorry, guys, I was texting. No update, just rejecting the potential demand. They did poke their head out. Looks like they reversed. But nothing too crazy yet. Potential selling pressure picking up at resistance of that potential support. I know that kind of sounds weird, but why I'm saying that is because this is your previous day low demand. So there are definitely buyers here. And they poked their head out. Then they turned red. So that's why I say they're kind of at resistance and support. Because this is like the support, but they're rejecting the top of it. That makes sense. So I'm not trying to like say both. It just, that's how it is. Just sounds weird. It's another one of those things in trading. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had that one moment where you're like, you tried explaining something to somebody, and then it was like so weird that it didn't make sense right after you said it. You're like, wait, what did I just say? Like, some things are just really weird to put into words. But that's where you get the true understanding of things, is when you can break it down to that further extent. So definitely try your best. If you guys hear me stutter, I sometimes fuck up English, yet that's the only language I know. You know, who gives a shit what you sound like? You know, I stutter all the time. Elon Musk stutters. You know, so like, who cares? But just get it out, you know, get it out. Whatever you need to get out, get it out. Because that is where the true understanding of things is had. That's where you get your true growth, when you start to break things down. And it's just like, you're breaking it down to someone like they're a child. You know, if you can do that, then you could do anything. Happy Monday, Taylor. IWM to previous day low, great call out Zaytoven. Potential lower high, great call out King Carnage. Here's that dump. Send for reminding us Zuck is a robot. Tell Jay it's only been 10 minutes and he doesn't need to trade. And then people's response, tell this kid to... English is hard sometimes, but we understand you. Hey, I appreciate you. I'm just letting you guys know, you know, just don't feel stupid. You know how many times I'm up here in front of almost 100 people a day, and I look at me right now. I'm stuttering right now as I'm trying to say it. Like, who cares? Dumping ensuing. They have made a new low of day. So, question, does 442.50 hold? If not, bigger pullback can possibly happen down to 441.76. We talked about the likeliness of this if the supports could not hold. We need a that was easy button. That was easy. That was easy. That was easy. What's up, Jason? How you doing, man? How was your weekend? How was everyone's weekend? New low of day, great call out. SPY was sitting around that previous day close and control point level. Looks like bears won it so far, but we'll see. Great call out, E. Love the updates. B, I've always had a stutter since I was younger, and I still have it now. Struggle with it daily. Hey, man, more power to you. Damn, what's up, Deuce? How's football been, bro? I've been watching those clips when you send them, man. If you have more, please send. It is football season, man. I could not be more hyped for football right now. I mean, fantasy or not, you know, who cares, but football is just an amazing thing. I need another Leland 100% entry like Friday. Don't we all? All right, let's see who's the culprit. Oh, like I said, guys, watch for Apple to finally slow down, considering they were one of the biggest weights moving up higher. So if they slow down, market's going to feel that.
AMD still kind of pulling back, and Microsoft is up to the notable resistance. So now it's time to watch. Does Microsoft retake, or do they keep rejecting? Because that can add into that Apple's strength. Same thing for NVIDIA with them being king of the semis. They are down and out for the count. So we'll see if they keep making new lows. We'll see if 420s broke. Wow, I just realized they tested that wick perfectly. So they're kind of stuck between 420 and 430. Pretty easy range to keep in mind. Amazon pulling back. Ooh, Tesla, disgusting. That is disgusting. No retest or nothing. Google went up to 138.30s, rejected, back into the range after the open, so nothing crazy there. Meta also, so XLC is kind of boring. Google, Meta, Netflix all holding, but in a sense, boring is good for bulls, so keep that in mind. Looks like banks pulled back a hair. Again, I mean, even if they did, though, like, none of them are, like, super bad. Energy, same thing. I mean, pulling back, not breaking anything. Now, healthcare, that's bad. Healthcare is pulling back aggressively. Watch if they break the lows of this chart, so like 484s basically. If that was to break, that can pull healthcare back a lot more. Same for J&J. That's the second largest healthcare weight. They are sitting there under the previous day lows. If they maintain rejection, very bad. If they retake, good for bulls. ABBV just kind of in range. They're not really hurting or helping. But UNH definitely hurting, so we'll see if that continues or not. We'll see. Does SPY weakness continue under 442.50s? Oh my god, this chart's hard to see. Give me a day. There we go. So 15 minute, 1 minute, 5 minute. I'm trying to zoom in a little bit. And then bottom of my screen, if you have any questions about that, just ask. Oh, this one's the today as well. How nice. I must have done that Friday thinking I was a genius. There we go. Now I'm happy with it. Watching Fib on Netflix for a put entry. AMD had a perfect 3-bar play on the 5 minute. Good callouts. People's just straight up, I want put. SPY buyers are trying to fight the good fight for sure. Very, very good description. I need another Leland 100. Oh, I already read that. Exactly what you said. Rejection of previous day close on SPX was perfect. Hey man, if you got Leland confirming your call out, you know you're doing something right. Brady said scalped Apple puts as we closed under the golden pocket from today's open to the high of day. Great job, Brady. Round of applause for him. Let's see what my SPX looks like today. I didn't update mine, so don't take my levels to heart. Looks like this is actually doing really good though. Again, those previous day lows, you can see they're kind of having higher lows here, and then we're kind of rejecting those higher lows. So very bad for bulls short term if bears continue taking this lower. Holy, give me my price level tool. There we go. I've already made lower highs. Five minutes just looking for extra strength away from that support, it looks like. $15-minute, got a good rejection there. Again, kind of like that 5 minute, just really looking to see if they can get more room away from it. Same for SPY. I mean, plus I think it's just such a sharp angle too. Maybe people are looking for a better risk trade there. But I guess that could also be a good reason why it would dump too. Because everyone's looking for that better risk trade. Meta holding that 50% fib on the first bullish engulfing. Good call out, Jay Blonde. I love the hold of support too. Multiple levels being held on that one. If I go to the 5 minute, it'll make more sense. Previous day close, previous day low, bigger time frame. Just highlighted all three of those together. You can see they've held a support and a higher low of that so far. See if that continues. Said Amazon is looking interesting. Yeah, they're kind of everywhere on this one because they're holding supports beautifully, but at the same time, they're up against this resistance with lots of selling pressure, lots of wicks. So you kind of have to be cautious of that one, but I love the lower highs and the fact it's holding support. So this has a lot of pressure building up, regardless of you being bullish or bearish on that chart. A lot of pressure building up on that one. Apple looking like they want to get a second leg up towards their high of day. We'll see if a lower high is made, or do they just flush from 177.60s, and then we'll see if a lower support is held or not. This looks like the make or break for the market tonight, today, though. Let me get a screenshot and send that to Discord. AMD at resistance, see if they retake 101.30, 101.50s. Microsoft trying to add into that. Gap is filled on Microsoft from overnight. See if that holds over or do they reject. Great update by Maps. Thank you for posting that chart. Looks good too because I just posted SPY and then you got that triple Q following up after it. Oh, and guys, look at Daffy. While I've been streaming, he's been killing it. He got Apple put at the high basically on the bearish pin bar on the 5 minute, up 13%. Then he made it to over 30%, taking profits 34%. Massive return on that. Oh. Good game plan by Peoples and Taylor today. Test the lead test maybe, so he's looking for a potential lead test. Ooh, Alexis waking up since I said triple Qs. Oh boy. Apple did keep flushing under 177.60s. Now they're above the ultimate support. Does 176.40, 176.50 hold? And then I think 175.96 is the pre-market low. I think that's why I have a random level in the middle of the abyss there. AMD, again, 101.30, 101.50, kind of make or break for that chart. If 99.80 can also break under, that's great for bears, not just that rejection. But if they retake over 101.50s, you have to assume buyers want to try to reach a higher level and try to hold over. They can also fail that potential trying to hold over move. Nvidia still has room for that buy reaction up. Maybe it's like one of the rest of the charts that wants to go up and fill its gap. Tesla didn't care about that. Looks like they did finally slow down at 265 area. Google got higher off of that consolidation. Meta got higher off that consolidation. Like I said, sometimes boring is good for bulls. We talked about with the XLC sector today. Google, Meta, and Netflix. Those are your XLC stocks. Communication services. Don't forget. Should always remember this, guys, because I put my watch list here for a reason like this. We have tech, 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 tech. Discretionary, discretionary. Comms, comms, comms. Banks, banks, banks. Energy, energy. Healthcare, healthcare, healthcare. Do that for a reason. Honestly, this still looks ugly for both sides. Apple's still holding support. Again, really keep your eyes on Apple and Microsoft. Those have so much effect. People have no idea, man. This dumps under support. SPY is definitely pulling back. And most likely, if you also see Microsoft rejecting, that'll add into that. But if you were to see like Apple dumping and then Microsoft retakes, SPY might just do a bunch of weird trading today. But if both of these reject, then we'll know that the top two weights are in sync, which will be good. And good morning, everybody. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. I see we got 75 people in here, 45 likes. Try to even that up a little bit. Appreciate anybody and everybody who does hit that like button because it does help out the channel a ton. Just gets more people to see it. We do not have ads on. It's not even the reason. Q's holding Friday's demand. Great call out, Evis. That's a great call out because that is tech. Tech is the largest pie or portion of the pie, of the SPY pie. Get your SPY pie. Apple's still pulling back, but I mean not making any new recent lows. So again, keep your eye on the 176.40, 176.50 area. That is the true point of interest. Microsoft just getting us a light seller reaction after filling that gap. Very normal. Something you can do too. Actually, I'm not even going to draw it. We'll just leave it like it is. It's a lot cleaner that way. You could draw your new low, though, at 326.85. Just draw that to see if it's ever broken or not. But Apple, Microsoft, I'd say those need to be your top two watches right now. That'll help you a lot with direction of SPY. Nvidia still has a little bit of room. XLC is all kind of over the place right now because they're all looking good. I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix was to pop randomly to follow the small pop on Meta and the bigger pop on Google. Would not be surprised if that randomly came in. Also wouldn't be surprised if it just randomly flushed under 395, which is a very crucial support. Banks shaping up a little bit better. Energy catching up a little bit more. Healthcare honestly looks uglier than it did 10 minutes ago. Netflix rejecting Golden Pocket. Could call it Dondu. Just kind of chilling, waiting for, anything to move, and then we'll cover it when it moves. Still liking the hold of support by Apple. Still liking the little bit of room above Nvidia's head. Amazon, Meta, Netflix, and Google honestly all have pretty decent bases. Tesla needs to give us more, but I do like that reaction above 265. It's kind of like a low and then like a higher low basing there, so potential of reaching 268.70. But still weak from that bigger dip this morning. SPY still getting some basing. Not really out of the water yet, but they are still holding support. Google pushing new highs as I'm speaking about them. Good push on those. Which I know a lot of you guys don't like, you don't care about the XLC tickers like actually trading them, but it is good to get the information that they're moving higher or not. I guess I'll just go back to this chart. Triple Q needs to break 371.22s for intraday for possible price target of 372. Gonna call it Alexis. Good morning, Dividend Bull. Possible lead test in the 5-minute on SPY. Good call out by Dividend Bull. Oh, good call out, Eric. He said there was news coming out. Sorry, I was reading that late. Tesla with the higher low. Creator Trade said it before I did. Good stuff. I was just catching up to y'all's post. I'm trying to check Discord and YouTube just to make sure I catch everybody's messages. A lot of really good posts by both, really. just gonna keep it like that for a second. Quit moving around so much till we get more movement. Like I said, we were most likely, if you guys go back to like 20-30 minutes, we were talking about how we'll most likely get some like settling type price action, which means even if you are more bearish or more bullish wherever you are on the part of the chart, you're always going to have that little bit of settling, which means price is just kind of bouncing in between an area. Whether it's holding it as resistance or support is for you to identify, but that's what you get. You don't always just get dumps and rallies and, you know, buyer reactions, seller reactions. There's also going to be this settling type price action where it's, yes, it's broken something, yes, it's gone up, rejected something, it's just it needs a little bit of time to keep flushing. It could invalidate that in that amount of time. It could continue to validate it. This is where you sometimes get your bigger losses, or where sometimes you get your, oh, I had to hold to do this type trade, you know. So very important that you understand that, okay, this is normal. And that's why sometimes when you buy those, a lot of your same day traders, they get burned up because they're applying too much risk on those same days. And it's like, oh, well, now I'm down 50%. Yeah, you just put half your account on it. What do you expect? VIX lead test passive re-entry. Could call it EVIS. We breaking oh, never mind. That was when we were moving. All right, let's see what our big boys are doing. So Apple's up against resistance, still above good supports. They're just, again, kind of in settling mode right now. AMD still seeing some buy reactions. No red candles yet since that dip. Microsoft also catching a buyer. See if they end up holding a higher low to try to revalidate over 330s, or are they just doing this to slow down and break lower. Nvidia also, like I said, had a little bit more room to fill that gap. They still have a hair of room there. There's about $1.50 there, so keep that in mind. Amazon's still squeezing under those lower highs. We're still seeing a higher low try to hold on that Tesla dip. Google's still chilling around that new high pop. We're expecting the same to happen on Meta and Netflix most likely. Meta starting to get that pop now. Very slow though. Netflix also getting a bid, but nothing crazy. Bank slightly up from a few moments ago. Energy just kind of sideways from a few moments ago. And then healthcare did pull back. Some of the ones that pulled back though just held their recent lows. And then ABBV was the only one that moved lower and it filled its gap from overnight. Now it's chilling. So we'll see, do these continue to grow weak, or are they trying to build some base? What are those doing? Because healthcare's all over the place right now. AMD trying to push high of day. Great call out deep. Yep, that's their gap filled. We'll see if they continue on from that. Remember, 101.30, 101.50 key levels for that chart. At least short-term direction-wise. How is everyone on stream? How y'all doing? Y'all in a trade? Y'all just chilling? Y'all cash? Y'all just getting this information? What are y'all doing? If you just don't want to say, that's okay too. They made another low. McDonald's still looking ugly. PayPal's gonna need more basing, but I like them as long as they're holding 58 to 60 area. Roku possibly invalidating, but we could look for some more bids at that 75 area. Walmart still giving weakness, but fair enough. They've been one of the few that just kept toting higher. John Deere looks good for some short-term weakness, but still holding really good areas from that. One of y'all brought Shop up, and we talked about they look good for short-term weakness, but I said it might not be that fast. And that looked like that was correct so far. And they still have a little bit room to their gap fill, but you got to start wondering, does it just get bought at 61 and they say, screw that gap? We'll see. Energy hit a huge resistance. That's why you really have a huge slowdown on energy just in total. They've been on a kill streak, though. I mean, you look back here, since a few months ago, they have been killing it. I mean, they're up $20, $30 a share into this resistance. So I think it's okay that they're slowing down. I wouldn't necessarily say energy is bearish. I would say it's slowed down on your larger time frames. AVGO, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Those are both falling lower. I'll have to rechart Dollar General later. Coin still in that little range. Oh yeah, BA is another one too. BA is another one that's at a crazy support. See if we have any updates or any news that came out just to cover. Yo, thank you, Rambo. Good job, Dondu. I'm on the same page, Sand Dollar with EMPH. Just mental trades for you, E. Good to hear. Spy having a hard time at previous day close. Great call out, Daffy. Sidelines, wanted to see some ranges be broken. I like that. Trying to find my mojo. I feel that. We're all Austin Powers looking for our mojo, man. I feel that. Baffled by SPY price action at the moment. Like I said, it's just settling. Really, I don't think too deep about it. If it's weird, it's just settling. Price action just needs to settle. In a sense, that could be price thinks it's moved too much, or there's news on the way. We talked about that. We said Monday or Tuesday could be a little bit slower, just because there's not really anything as big, and everyone's probably chilling from the sell-off from last week, as well as thinking about the news ahead of us. So it's a couple factors all in one. Third time testing high of day. Maps the Great with a good update on the triple Qs for anybody who is interested in the triple Qs chart. I'm pretty sure he did all BB system TA routine, and then he has his own indicators on here. Looks like he has the 9 adaptive EMA and the 200 adaptive EMA. But showing again high, high, and a third high, rejecting the same area. So clearly a very strong area. Great job, Maps. Love that post. Yeah, 443.57 is a pretty big level. "12 more minutes, we'll get another 30-minute candle. We'll check that out in 12 minutes. And then in 6 minutes, this 15-minute candle will be over. Doge at support on the hourly. 4 hours at a very interesting spot as well, where we have previously held before. So we'll see, do they keep that intact or do they lose that over time? Or Monday, Tuesday, do we just get a bunch of trading on top of it? Also very possible. You can see they're definitely reacting to my little area there, though. Be back later on, guys. Be good. See you later, Rambo. Have a good rest of your day, man. Tesla stuck in the golden pocket. Good call out, creator. Buyers are taking. That 5-minute candle closes in about 4 minutes. So a very early pop in that candle. Right as it opened, they started popping it. Gives 15-minute a little bit of room above its head. Like I said, your hourly, 4-hour, and 30-minute are out of support. So I think you're just getting a fair buyer reaction, regardless of being bullish or not. You're out of support, so you're most likely going to get some buyers. We'll see if it holds again. You can see there's been a lot of lower highs right here, so I can see why some people are a little bit cautious on that move. It's a bull trap. You know me, man. I like to cover both sides, but it does look like more like a bull trap than it does bullish base building, though. But like I said, it's Monday and Tuesday. These days don't have to go anywhere, you know. So they could also build up price action on SPY in general to screw up both sides. So keep that in mind too. A lot of news coming out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, Thursday for the most part, but Friday will also have a little bit. Looks like healthcare staying around the same area. Energy holding a little bit of their green. If you go back to your big weights, Apple's still kind of chilling around where they got that little higher low bounce, I guess you could say. At that same exact time, though, Microsoft's building a potential lower high under very good previous support turned resistance. So very, very aggressive selling price action can pop up from there if they do not retake that 330 area. It's essentially the 330s, but that previous day low area. You guys can see NVIDIA didn't quite fill their gap all the way, pretty close though. So we'll see if they maintain rejection at 438, 439 area, or are they going to retake? We'll see. A lot of really good invalidation points though for these charts. Tesla looks like a really big bearish continuation. Google finally getting some selling pressure, but they are still popping new highs. Meta, Netflix didn't get much movement from those, but Google did really good. Burke B continued higher. JPM building a higher low. BAC same thing, but they're still under previous day lows. Like I said, energy, healthcare kind of chilling in the same area they were a few moments ago when I previously mentioned them. Looks like coin got a higher open. Flushed, filled it, build some base. They got a low, higher low. Now they're building back up. More selling pressure stepping in on that chart. UNH getting some buying. We'll see if that retakes this important fib. This daily time frame fib from the recent dip. And at first you wanted to be bearish on this, but then the more the price action started popping up, the more you were like, damn, this looks better for bulls though. So we didn't take a position on this, but I liked the indecisive candle here. So at least my mental trade in my head worked out. So now I'm kind of seeing in my head, like, does this reject? Do we get more price action to the right? Because you don't want to mess with UNH. This is a beast of a company here. Beast of a chart, really. DE2, I swear, those are like those two, and then cost. I'd say those are like three of the same beast. But you can see even cost looks pretty bearish now. Short term, again, short term. I'm not saying like they're gonna dump, but now that earnings is around the corner, they could finally slow down. But very impressive chart, seriously. That's been a fun one just to watch, even if you haven't been trading Costco. Really, really clean price action on the bigger time frames. Whoops. Oh yeah, 96 is definitely a super important level for that chart. Good eye by Daffy. Clicking on the wrong button every time. Here we go. Okay, there just isn't a level there. I was like, why is it so empty? There we go. 90, 83. Yeah, my bad, Daffy. I had to catch up to your charting because I saw you had yours going. I almost have to mark this just because it's there. 95.66. Good job, Deep. He said Tesla puts are printing. Wait, where'd it go? Are printing off that retest and golden pocket trim. First one at 23%. That is massive, Deep. Round of applause for you, man. Seriously. They're glizzies. Morning, Ace. How you doing? Always happy to see when he pops up in here. VIX is on its way down to fill the gap up from previous day after hours. Great post by Evis. YVS. Good job, David, on your mental calls. I was a little curious how you're doing on that. Good job, man. Everyone always like discredits themselves when they look at stuff like that, and I always lift people up. I'm like, man, I love when I see people take mental trades because it's like, all right, you're taking this shit serious. You're not just here to make money. You know, you're actually here to learn, which is good because that's the only way to think about it. Yeah, Tesla hurting that XLY chart. Healthcare, real estate, base, staples, all getting green prints. Utilities, comms, industrials. Some of your bigger weights, though, are getting red prints at the weirdest time. Like banks, and then your tech sector. Comm sector just looks weird. Nothing wrong with that chart. And then energy, of course, getting buying, which we're still super bullish on energy. Qs, very particular part of their chart. Small caps, good basing. You guys can see oil futures, SPY futures, NASDAQ futures, Dow futures, many Dow futures I should say, SPX, the dollar. How does that look on the daily? I need to look at I need to start looking at that more, to be honest. Still above that one level. And then how's Bitcoin? I know they were at that trend line. Yep, they retook it. Good. They love to dip. I swear, it's always like that third or fourth time. I don't even like trend lines, but I like to do it for Bitcoin because I swear they love to do this, like, let's dip below it, and then we'll randomly produce a buyer candle, and then they'll run it right back up. And then they'll slow it down to stop anybody from getting it, and then they'll run it right back up. They do that every single time. Well, they didn't on this time. They held trend line and they produced a good bullish candle. Then they produced the largest bullish kicker I've ever seen. And it looks like their old resistance holding out support here, and they're doing it again here. So Bitcoin could be looking for some good highs towards 29K, 29,220s. Definitely not crazy for that. They already filled the gap too, so this is a retest. This could be the move. But take your time, again, but just analyzing, looking at a couple things that we don't look at as much. We don't always check out these side watch lists as much. I like what Eric just said too. He said, sorry, reading Great Day to Be Great by Ace. But I like what Eric said. He said, mental trade or additional reps like you take in a gym. Just in the market. More mental reps equals building more confidence and your trading muscles. Quotation, quotation. without losing trading capital. No, that's good. And honestly, it takes up less energy too. Yo, check this out. He said after a double inside bar on on the week, SPX opened below the previous week's low. Since open, we've seen a bit of relief move up. Looking for a reaction around 44.60 hourly fair value gap short term. So, looking at this fair value gap for possible relief bounce here at 44.60s. Could be seeing a bounce into that before a better rejection. If they retake that area, might not be a rejection, might be seeing a continuation higher. Where he has another area marked around 44.88 up to 45.03, 45.04 area. Very, very clean post by Leland. I like that, man. Covering both sides. Oh, look at that. I gotta come back for that one. Tesla lead test, maybe. Talked about where they might reject. Brought it up on stream, too. Just go check out how it did. And then perfectly went into his area. Rejected, got under his EMA. What is that, the 9? The 9 or the 5? I think it's the 9. Either way, though, beautiful reaction. And then back down to low of day. It's the 9? Okay, good looks. Dude, you're the GOAT, seriously. Like, this is why you can't rush yourself or be mad at yourself that you're not, like, progressing super fast. Because, like, look at this shit. Like, you can't look at yourself. You can't look back at yourself and be like, I haven't learned anything. Like, yes, you have. You've been able to post these every single day. Beautiful. Clean. And I like that you just left it at that. Ooh, Netflix, nasty reaction down. Dondu's punching a wall right now. Energy got a nice pop. That's where it's coming from. Energy and healthcare. I was going to say, a lot of your larger weights actually pulled back the last 5 minutes, but you had healthcare, energy, and a couple smaller sectors combined give you that green spy move just now. So, relatively weak, to be honest. We'll see if that holds or not. Yeah, 1 second, dude. Sorry. I liked my trade even though it was a loss. Loved how tight my stop was. Good looks. Yeah, I'll check it out here in a second. Deuce. I'd be happy to. Dondu coming in with the source. Trust me, bro. He said, if SPY can't make new highs here, we... Oh, wait, no, that was Daffy. I was reading y'all's messages mixed, so it looked like it. But it looked like Dondu said, if SPY can't make new highs here, we might see a retest at 442.50s. And then it looked like he said, deal of a lifetime. But those are two different messages. My bad. I mean, that looked really weird from my point of view. Let's see though. Yep, good new low day on Netflix. Good call out Dondu. Eric said, such long wicks up on SPY. 5 minute tells me there's too many sellers. Oh, to keep price in this range. My bad. Sorry. It looks weird whenever it like cuts it over on YouTube chat. It's really hard to read. Y'all are doing great. It's chat's making it weird. No, you're good. It was still English. I saw what you said. Sellers watching to keep price in this range or lower. But the way here, I'll just show you. The way it puts it, it like makes it weird. So it's like sellers tong, which I can read through the message. I can read through stuff like that. But when it cut it off like that, I was like, what am I reading? It wasn't even because of you. But good call out, Eric. I love the updates. Looks like Mel and Daffy are short. Let's look at that trade review, Deuce. Why not? It's perfect time for it. Results and review. Which this is my first time looking at it today. Wow. So Mel, you did great on your NVIDIA puts then. Beautiful job. Quick entry above previous day high. Massive percent. Daffy. Lee test entered once we broke the 9 EMA and formed a lower high. Target was 442.50 level. Started off in my direction, then candle closed back above EMA, so I exited for a $5 loss. Any advice helps. You drew your fib correctly. I'll give you that. I feel like I would have stopped it here, but that's not even enough to say anything's wrong. Good inside bar. Good break. So the thing with these is that, like, when these do happen and you enter on the break, you have to understand that you might also be entering like a hair late. So you might have to wait for a better lower high from this, because you got to remember this is your first initial reaction of the lower high. So I always tell people, and this is just advice, something extra to add on extra. I am happy with your cut too, because it made sense. It was technical. I like that. So good cut. But I also want to say, and don't do this every time, but if you draw a fib from here to here, after you already drew that fib, you can actually see, all right, is it going to reject that? But essentially, you're looking for it to stay under that level to give you a better lower high, if that makes sense. So maybe you could just aim for another super passive opportunity. I know sometimes, too, and Leland's the god at this, but sometimes he'll catch that first lead test, and I do this too, and it works out, and that's great. But then you're going to have those sometimes they don't on that first dump. Maybe this is where they're making that high or low, and they're building the squeeze, whatever. And maybe eventually it does work out. So instead of just, okay, let me hold through this trade or let me do this or that, you could just cut that like you did and then wait for that one to pop up. Or next time, just wait for that one to pop up. And if this one does leave without you, so what? At least you limited yourself to what you were looking at. But I don't think that was that bad either. And you said it was a relatively small loss. So that's really good. I don't know what percentage that is, so I don't know what you're working with, but does look like a relatively small loss though, and I do understand the point. Also, I will make this point too. Your entry's not crazy if you're just looking at the lead test. So I can kind of tell you had tunnel vision on just the lead test because you have today's open right here, and you have a pretty clear level of price action right here. It looks like, oh, the previous day low, it's marked. So it's still above a level here, and it looks like they're kind of juggling around holding pre-market low as well as previous day low. So you're kind of battling this as well as this at the same time. So it's also just a very tedious trade. So you have to understand your risk reward isn't that crazy. So, going into that kind of trade, risk light is all I'm saying, which clearly you did because you didn't lose a heck of a ton. So clearly you were light risk, which is good. Oh, you're good, Eric. Base build on the 2 on IWM, putting in that higher low. Also 40% off previous day low. Took 3 cons here, sold all of them at 183.113. Let's see what he did here. Ah, okay, so he liked that it kind of dumped. He liked that it kind of held this candle here, pushed up, got into his trade, kept his stop at that recent move. Got a really nice pump into that recent resistance, too. This is kind of where they dumped. Rejected, moved away from. So again, if we ever get any kind of reversal, this is where buyers are going to have to test. Beautiful, beautiful job, Zaytoven. Y'all are making trading look easy. Outside bar on the 15-minute with the retest of the control point, paired with a 60% entry. Good setups with good positioning, but bulls were strong. Oh, so it looks pretty similar to what you did, Deuce. Different time frame it looks like, but similar look. Good job, peoples. And look, this confirming it too, Deuce. Look what Leland said. Good cut, keeping it tight. A quick scalp trade for 30%. Oh. Using our strat we like to call a 40% entry. Hold up, we gotta delete something. Something's gotta get deleted for this. Damn, Marinte and username. Y'all own this tab. Who am I deleting? I've already deleted all of mine. Do I have any more I can delete? Y'all make this so hard. Alright, D-Touch, I'm deleting this one. Or not deleting it, but unpinning it. Pinning this one. Pin-worthy. I like that he didn't just have like a link and all that stuff. Like he just super short, super sweet, talking about what's going on. And this is what you'll sometimes see peoples and other people in chat call like a higher percent entry, because this is the break. Then he got the retest. It's like you're getting the break after the retest. So it is a 40% entry in the sense of how we teach things, but it almost gives you a little bit more than that, because it's, again, 40% measures the level of confidence. You should have more than 50% confidence after getting a break, retest, break. So great job posting the type of entry and a video linking to both entry types, which we have a lot of videos on that stuff now. Beautiful, beautiful job by D-Touch. Not just giving his chart, not just giving his trade, but also giving multiple explanations on what to look for. Good breakdowns helping each other out. Solid 25% on A++ setup, 80% entry on Tesla. So he likes the breakdown, likes the retest, gives himself a stop loss area. And as it returns back down, he took most off here. Runners filled full profit. Used the lower high at a profit target for most. I wanted low of day, which I got. Close with runner start of the week. Don't want to be greedy. I love that, dude. I love that you have that like self-awareness. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Tempo, self-awareness, having a sense of the things around you. You know, he knows, oh, it's the beginning of the week, this and that. You know, oh, I just did this kind of trade. I just did a really good job. Let me not start my week off bad. Let me start the week off great. Beautiful. And he's not wrong. This is an A++ setup. You notice all the best trades are being taken with the entry types. If you're taking anything outside of that, you're hurting yourself because you're not being consistent with what you're going after. All out of Microsoft puts held through a lot of sideways movement using iron hand fibs. Small 8% headed into the golden pocket of high of day and low of day. Great job, Maps. On fire. My bad. I did not mean to get in between your posting right there, man. Beautiful job, dude. Seriously. Great, great work by everybody. Really nothing new price action wise. Still just kind of settling, seeing if we can hold this area or not. Looks very weak for both sides. I'd say your 30-minute, hourly, 4-hour favor short-term buyers. Like Leland was saying, towards 4460s on SPX. But anything outside of that, it definitely looks good for a potential breakdown. Apple looks like it wants to fill that pre-market gap, waiting for close under today's open. Good post for a potential drop on that. Looking for 4440, SPX on the fib about the same. Okay, y'all are looking at the same stuff. Good looks. Oh, that felt so good. Oh. Do you find it easier to focus on and trade 1 to 2 tickers rather than more? Oh, 100%. Especially if you're... Now, don't take this the wrong way. When I say you're at the beginning, I don't mean like this is your first time touching the market. Like, no, I mean like if you're starting over, like getting into being more confident, getting into the more routine of things, yeah, you should just focus on like 1, 2, 3 things. But you should still have awareness of everything else. You know, you should still be going through your SPY weights. You should still understand how all of that works first. Then you can start to focus on just 1 or 2 or 3 of them, like you said, for actually taking opportunity on. Like personally, I like SPY with your SPX trades, of course. AMD, I love AMD, I love Nvidia, I love Tesla, I love Meta, I love Netflix. Those are always going to be my favorite. But that's just me. That's just what I've built to be confident with, what I've built to look at more. But yes, it is way easier to focus. Especially in the beginning when you're trying to just put yourself in the routine of things, the swing of things every single day, every single week. It's very good to practice on that. Target hit new 52-week lows today. The chief product officer at Microsoft leading Windows development in the company's Surface line, Panos Panay, is leaving the company. I probably butchered that name. Morgan Stanley has officially kicked off the generative AI era on Wall Street. Morgan Stanley plans to announce today the assistant it created with OpenAI's generative AI software was fully live for all financial advisors and their supportive staff today. Janet Yellen ignoring you. That's pretty cool. Morgan Stanley AI. Very cool. Microsoft weakness continuing, but nothing crazy. Nvidia did go up, hit that gap, slowed down. Amazon got some pretty nasty pullback, finally looking like Tesla. Google slowed down, pulling back. Meta slowing down, but still above good supports. Netflix broke earlier, we talked about that. We'll see if they maintain rejection under 395 or do they want to flush under 392.60s. Burke B slowing down, JPM towards the top of their day. BAC towards the lower high of their day. XOM near high of day. CVX just under their high of day. UNH good recovery. J&J, ABBV all good recovery so far. On the smaller time frames, that is. Nothing new, really. Good reminder by Leland, it's okay to not take a trade today. Don't blow your mental or capital loads on junk. Your mental capital and your capital. That sounded so good there. Amazon just above pre-market low. Great call out, Mark Milley. Mel You need to probably cut that trade if you're sitting here typing God help us with the SPX puts. Even if you're joking, man, don't even add hopium to that. Stick to what your trade said. Don't pray to God. None of that. None of that's going to work. God's not going to help you here. God's not allowed to interfere with the stock market. I'll let you know that right now. Hey B, you want to hear a joke? Please tell me a good joke. I would love to hear a good joke. That's it. Dan just hits me with that. There's no actual joke. Me saying that was the joke. Okay, I see where you're going with this. What is the difference between praying in church and praying for the stock market? Hold up. I want to legit try to answer this. Difference between praying in church and praying for the stock market. Okay, yeah, I don't know. You gotta give it to me. Oh, he said it. You actually mean it when you pray for the stock market. Yeah, Mel, I don't care how much you're up or down. If you're sitting here typing, please God help us, that's not a good sign. It doesn't matter what you're up or down. Your conviction is lost. You can't sit here and say, God help us, and then say, oh, I'm only down 50%, I'm holding. You can't. You gotta stick with your trade plan. You should be sitting here saying, oh, I like that it's still holding here. You said it already. You said you like that it's still rejecting, but you can't also say, please God. And I know you might just be joking, but for new people, they're looking at that and they're thinking, damn, I just need to hope more. I just need to pray harder. And I just want to let people know, do not pray harder. That has nothing to do with, what we're doing here. You can be religious all you want. That's totally fine. This is open forum. I'm totally open for it. Praying in the stock market, you get your answers right away. LOL. I know Mel's joking, but other people might not. Mental trades only so far for me. Good looks, Dan. Have a good day, Deep. Beautiful trade reviews, man. A lot of good trade reviews by a lot of people in chat, from Mel all the way to Deep, all the way to anyone you could think of, really. There's a ton of beautiful trade reviews in that channel today. I really do hope other people take that shit serious, like going in there and reviewing it. I'm not joking about that. Like, I'm pretty serious about that channel because other members are posting. If it was like me or Leland, there's people who literally just hate to hate. But when you see a member post, it's like you're literally seeing someone else prove us right, So it's just funny to see, like, oh, okay, this member is kicking ass, and we're not putting them up to it. Let's say Deep or Mel or somebody in here does great on a trade. We're not gonna take that away from them. Like, I don't care how much they learn from me, It's all credit to them. See if briefing has any updates. All right, so this is as of like 28 minutes ago. There should be another one in 2 more minutes, but they said the S&P and NASDAQ climbed into positive territory, supported by mega cap gains. MGK, you can look at that. Many other stocks are recovering from early lows also. The Invesco S&P 500 equal weight ETF is down just 0.1%, trading near its best level of the day. Some more S&P 500 sectors turned green, including energy, industrials, and tech. It's called information technology, but you guys always just hear me say tech. And I'll read the next one if it comes out. Good conversation in the YouTube chat, guys. Seriously, I love that. I'd read it all out, but that's a lot. I want other people to go actually there and read it. Yeah, same, Dan. D-Touch's review was really good. There you go, Mel. Mel stuck to his plan, and he cut. Smart. And yeah, I don't like it anymore as much either with this pop of the blue area, especially on the 15 minute. That's not like a 1 or a 2 or 3 or a 5 minute close. That's a 15-minute candle closing. So I think Leland's post is probably the best one to pay attention to right now. Even if it does pull back right here, you just can't risk that any further with confidence. So I would definitely focus on Leland's fibs that he drew this morning. But guys, I'm going to end the stream here. If you guys are in Discord, we're actually going to head over to Discord and we're going to stream. But me, Dondu, Peoples, a couple of the guys from the old private group going to be chilling in there. So we'll see you guys in there if you guys want to go relax. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow on YouTube if we have one here. Most likely we'll at least have one Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But I'm just letting you know if I don't. But we probably will still have one Tuesday, Thursday. But I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again for the amazing stream. We had almost 200 people click in here today. 62 likes. I mean, that is just insanity. Seriously, love you guys for real. That is just amazing support. And real quick, guys, before you click off, go over to the YouTube. If you're a member at least, watch this video. I'm not joking. This is by far one of my best videos in the membership section, and it was from the stream. I went to go cut it so the members could have a more isolated view of it, but seriously amazing video. And I'm not just hyping it up. I really was pretty crazy what we talked about. Honestly, you go over this and it's a lot of good fundamentals. And if you're not a part of the channel, make sure to just click join. You'll then get this huge thing pop up. It's $5 a month. It's not much. And we have, I think, 71 videos in there now. I think this is my 71st video in there. So, yeah, we're stacking up. 29 more. We'll get to 100. And, yeah. But I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again for the amazing stream. I know the market was a little boring, but we basically just saw a hold of support this morning from the fear of all the selling we had last week, and then 2, the fear of what can happen in the coming days, really, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, like I said, today, tomorrow, might not see a lot of crazy price action. So, be very careful. Trade light. Be light on your feet. You know, don't marry your trade. Don't dedicate. But I'll see you guys later on again. Thank you again. See you later.